Well, just cleaning my tools. And you know what that means. It's a wrap here at the Rattrap Productions garage. In this video series, I'm going to show you how to rebuild a 70s full-size Ford rear suspension completely from the ground up. The only thing I did not do is take the differential out and rebuild that. I was talked out of it. So instead, I replaced the shocks, I replaced the springs, I replaced the two lower control arms, I replaced the upper control arm, and I replaced the track bar. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that in this video series. Rattrap Productions, we show you how to do stuff. I'm going to show you how to rebuild the rear end of a 1970s Ford full-size. Okay, so I'm first going to do the springs. So hypothetically, and then I'm going to change the insulators as well. So when I take these out, I'm going to also clean this stuff up and get all that rust taken care of. But hypothetically, all I have to do is raise the vehicle. I'm going to raise it on the frame rail here and on the other side, and these springs will release. That's what it says in the manual. Now, before I get too crazy, it also says that I need to take the shock off at the lower mount. So I'm going to unscrew those two bolts. So you can see a little jacking, and I'll be able to wiggle these guys out. New shocks, new springs installed. Lower track bar or lower control arms first, so I sprayed the heck out of them because I got to remove those pivot bolts. I'm going to support the axle pinion, so I'm going to support this because we don't want the axle relationship moving. And when I take these control arms off, it's possible that this is going to drop, and then I don't know where my angle should be. So I'm going to remove the track bar bolt here second, here first. Okay, there's a bolt on the other side of this bracket, so the cotter pin in it. So it wants me to take the track bar because then it wants me to raise this up and relieve the spring pressure. And when you raise this up, the track bar actually shifts the whole differential this way a little bit. And the book does not want me to shift the differential. Okay, I'm just going to take a punch and persuade it a little bit. That one's done. I reran the parking brake equalizer and cables and everything because I had to remove those to access the bolt on the other side of this. I got the front pivot bolt in, and you can see this pivot bolt does not match up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack up the pinion nose on the differential a little bit. I'm supporting the axle. Now I'm going to take off the upper control arm at the frame, and then I'm going to take it off at the axle. I let go of that and it popped out much easier. So now I just have to go do the back bolts. So these are the cam bolts. Boom, you can see I kind of jacked up my guy a little bit. I'm hoping that I have enough threads to get that tight before I start running into those problems, because if not, I don't know where I'm going to get this bolt. But so the cam goes in there, and these cams face straight up, or at least they did when they were originally on the vehicle, so that's how I'm going to install them, straight up and down. Okay, so track bar, zerk fitting is going to go down. Just going to put it through this hole. Boom. Lay it on top. Make it finger tight. Tighten this guy up. Suspension done. Rattrap Productions, we show you how to do stuff. New springs, new shocks, new track bar, new lower control arms, new upper control arm. Oh, nice.